Welcome back. All right, so some news of the day for all you fine people before the game gets started in a little bit here between Edmonton and Vegas. So Gerard Gallant's out. It's interesting too because after they got eliminated, there was some discussion about whether or not Gallant might return, and then it wasn't greeted very well and all that fun stuff. But yeah, he and the team have apparently agreed to part ways. No replacement has been named as of yet. There have been rumors that the Rangers might be interested in getting Joel Quenneville as their head coach. We'll see where that goes. And again, they're just rumors, and they would have to go to Bettman in order to make that happen. And so, yeah, we'll see where it goes. But the Rangers have decided to part ways with Gallant. It's an interesting story with Gallant because when he got fired by Florida, I thought it was weird. I didn't agree with it. I also didn't necessarily agree with Vegas parting ways with him. In this case, I can understand it. It did feel like the Rangers and Gallant weren't on the same page on this, and more was expected from the Rangers. And so, since you can't trade all the players, I mean, you can try, but in this economy with the flat cap, good luck. The reality is that the coach is the easiest move to make, right? So for Gallant, we'll see if anybody else picks him up. There are coaching jobs available out there. It is possible he finds another job. There's been a lot of talk about the recycling of coaches for a very long time. The reality is you're getting what you know. So you're getting a coach, you know his style, you know what to expect. I think that's part of it. There is also kind of the old boys club part of it as well. So it'll be interesting to see if the Rangers do decide to go down that road with Quenneville or with somebody who's been a coach before. They do need to find somebody who can help them get over the hump. The Rangers are a very good team, and it's just a matter of finding the right mix. And sometimes it's not just the right mix on the ice and in the locker room. It's got to involve the guy behind the bench making the calls. And in this case, it won't be Gallant next year. So let me know your pick for who you think's going to be the next guy. Now, Ottawa Senators, this is getting ridiculous. This is getting absolutely ridiculous. So first we get Ryan Reynolds. We're like, hey, Deadpool's going to run the Senators. That'd be fun. And then Snoop Dogg. Hey, I'm all about Snoop Dogg running a team. He knows his hockey. I know there's been upset about the fact he's not from Ottawa. And, well, would they look to move the team? The answer is no. And it would basically be a marketing move by Snoop if he did end up being part owner of the team. And now the Weeknd is joining a bid too. So the Weeknd, the singer, the Canadian singer, he's joining one of the bids as well. I look forward to the Ottawa Senators tour where they have Snoop Dogg, they have the Weeknd. I can only assume Taylor Swift's going to end up being one of the bidders. Maybe Miley Cyrus puts in a bid as well. Let's just get as many together as possible, and then we can just have like when the team goes out and plays on the road, we can just have like a whole pregame show where you've got here's the owners of the Senators. All kidding aside, this is great. It attracts a lot of attention to the league. It gives the NHL multiple options that will include a celebrity tie-in, which I think is fantastic. And so, yeah, I look forward to seeing where this goes. It may encourage other owners of teams to say, you know what, I could cash out right now and make a lot of money. In the event the Sens go for over $1 billion, I wouldn't be surprised to see an owner or two around the NHL say, you know what, I could get $1 billion for this and be out. So we'll see, right? But the Weeknd being in it and Snoop, I mean that's a concert tour right there that I think people would be anxious to go. I wouldn't mind that myself. I actually have CDs of the Weeknd, which may surprise people. I don't have any Snoop CDs. I have very few rap CDs in general, but on my treadmill track list, I do have a couple of Snoop Dogg songs there. So, yeah, we'll see who ends up winning the bidding for the Ottawa Senators. Should be fun. Good news for Canuck fans. Lekkerimaki has signed his 3-year entry-level contract, first-round draft pick. The first-round draft pick of the new regime, so they're going to do their best to bring him along the right way. Lekkerimaki had a really rough start to the season, just brutal, absolutely brutal. But by the end of the year, he'd got it back together. So Lekkerimaki is seen as trending in the right direction. And so it is a matter of, and he said that they haven't decided yet. The team and the player have to decide what's best for him. Sending him back to play in the SHL, so stay in Sweden for another year, or whether it be best to bring him over to play in Abbotsford. In all likelihood, he spends another year in Sweden and then comes over and plays in Abbey. But if they decide to have him play in Abbey, we've seen with Klimovich how they can make that work. And so, yeah, all the best to Lekkerimaki. Certainly the Canucks could use some more young players on the roster, especially entry-level contracts, because that cap crunch, it is ridiculous. The Canucks are in some serious cap heck right now. And so, yeah, getting some guys on entry level contracts onto the actual roster of the main team, that would help quite a bit. Good news for Seattle fans, maybe bad news for Dallas fans. McCann, he's skating for Seattle. Now, I'm going to say this as a Dallas fan. I want McCann to be as careful as possible. Even if he feels ready, even if the doctors clear him, I think he should wait another couple of games, maybe 3, maybe 4 games. I think it's important he is as comfortable as possible and as safe as. I'm only thinking of his safety as a Dallas fan. So if McCann needs to think about this for, say, the next week, I applaud that and I completely support that. And all the best to McCann. All kidding aside, great scorer, 40 goal scorer during the regular season. It's 42 goals, wasn't it? Anyways, if he's back in the lineup, that could be a game changer for Seattle, right? And they're already in a series where they're tied 1-1. Getting McCann back in the lineup would be huge. He hasn't officially been ruled out for Game 3, but he's not seen as ready yet. He's not likely to be in the lineup as of yet, but if he does return to the lineup over the next couple of games, that feels a lot quicker than we might have thought when we saw that injury he suffered at the hands of Makar there. So, yeah, McCann could be back, and this could make for a very entertaining rest of the second round between Dallas and Seattle. But again, as a Dallas fan, I want him to take his time. I want to make sure he's okay. I think coming back too soon is a mistake. So just take your time. It's okay. Take your time. Also, lineup news for the next game between New Jersey and Carolina. This is something Devils fans have been asking for, and it's going to happen. Luke Hughes is set to make his playoff debut in Game 3. And so it looks like they're going to mess around with the lineup. It looks like, at least from practice, that Hughes was paired with Severson. So that would put him in potentially getting top 4 minutes. And we'll see how things go. Really, for New Jersey, it is one of those do-or-die games. And so they need the most from Luke Hughes and from this roster. The New Jersey Devils are... And I mentioned this before but I'm going to say it again because I saw some comments about, they were down against the Rangers. This does feel different because the Devils lost those games at home in the first round, which they're not as good at home as they are on the road. In this case, they got destroyed on the road. And so to me, it does feel different. We'll see if they're able to win those games at home. They won the last 2 games at home against the New York Rangers, so they've got more comfortable at home. But Carolina, it does feel like, is a little bit different for them. And so, yeah, we'll see where the Devils end up. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, I don't have it on the board, but at practice today, the Toronto Maple Leafs, who may have been just experimenting because it is practice, I think I saw that Hall was on the first power play and Gustafsson was on the second power play, and it looks like they may go 11-7, and so Giordano's ice time might get cut down a bit. I have seen reports and people basically saying Giordano's having a harder time with the speed of the Florida Panthers. Something they didn't have to deal with as much with Tampa Bay. But yeah, Florida's a very fast team. They're so dangerous in transition. So what do you think of those lineup changes, Leaf fans? How do you feel about that? Of course, Nye's out with a concussion means going 11-7 might be related to that. Aston Reese was in a regular jersey. It looks like he's probably in. Simmons is probably out. But we'll find out when game day arrives. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.